Still with us, criminal defense attorneys Jacqueline Goodman and David Bruno. And Jacqueline, I'll start with you. A lot of what we do here on Court TV when we have these cases, we analyze what we hear on these 911 calls. And so do the folks who watch us in our online and our social media. And you know, oftentimes they say, well, are they emotional enough, not emotional enough? I think there's a lot of emotion there, but a lot of people online specifically find that call's a little suspect for a few reasons. I want to get your thoughts. What did you hear on that phone call? But, you know, there's a couple of things, David, that struck me as funny. When she's describing, like, so when someone's hurt and you love them, why are you going into an entire story about what happened? It sounded like she was making up her own sort of alibi there. She said a couple of things. I don't know how this happened. And I didn't know he was out there. Both of those things seem designed to me to absolve her of responsibility for what happened. It seems odd under those circumstances that someone would think that way. And again, I agree, Jacqueline, 100%. You cannot know what you would do under those circumstances. And we analyze these things because that's kind of what we do. But those are my thoughts. David, love to get your thoughts.
Yeah, I agree, Mike. She's caught in between two defenses all at once right there. And right, she's frantic until she starts talking about the fight. There was an argument the night before, and he came out after me. And that's like, I think, a little of a self-defense, but it cuts against, I didn't know he was out there, and it was a complete accident. And then it's the after. It's what happens after, what she says. Again, we talk about this every single day, about the words of defendants and how they're used. Sometimes they're admissions and they're used as probative evidence of guilt, and sometimes they're used to compare against common sense and forensic evidence and other things. So it's interesting how this develops. Today was a good day for the defense, believe it or not, because the forensic pathologist was on the stand and the defense was able to get out that he was drunk, he was intoxicated, that he could have been falling down, that there could have been a dragging effect to cause all of these injuries on the body, which otherwise, if from afar would look at, well, it couldn't have been as easy as backing into somebody because of the various different injuries around the body. So I think the defense scored points there, but this 911 call does not help her.
Yeah, I agree, and I agree with the defense, what you said about the defense today. They basically got in a whole theory of their case through the state's medical examiner, and the way they cross-examined him did a great job. But here's what I want to check in with you, Jacqueline. You know, she's charged with second-degree reckless homicide. That's basically whoever recklessly causes the death of another human being under circumstances which show utter disregard for human life. And I'm thinking, you know, it could be the hit-and-run aspect of this, but I think more importantly for the state, they need to show that she knew he was hit and then she left him there. That, to me, fits under the definition here of reckless homicide just as much as perhaps hitting him under those circumstances as they're being portrayed by either side. I think that's just as important here. The fact, if they need to show she knew that she hit him and basically didn't care, left him out there to die.